Hidden beneath 100 feet of solid, unmoving ice, there's a ghost city? In 1959, at the absolute peak of the Cold War, the U.S. military built a sprawling, nuclear-powered base right here, in the vast ice sheets of Greenland. They called it Camp Century. To the world, it was sold as a revolutionary Arctic science station, a symbol of human ingenuity. But that was a lie. The science was just a cover story. The real purpose was a top-secret mission codenamed Project Iceworm. The plan was audacious and terrifying. The Army intended to carve out thousands of miles of tunnels under the ice, creating a hidden network to store and launch 600 nuclear missiles. These weapons would be virtually undetectable, capable of striking the Soviet Union in mere minutes. For years, soldiers lived and worked in this frozen underworld, a city complete with a hospital, a cinema, and a chapel, all powered by a portable nuclear reactor. It was a secret society buried under the ice. But then, a fatal flaw was discovered. The ice wasn't static. It was moving, shifting, and would crush the tunnels within years. The project was abandoned. For decades, the entire city was left for dead, entombed in ice and erased from public memory. Until now, just recently, NASA's advanced deep penetrating radar has mapped the ruins of this buried city for the first time. We can now see the ghostly outlines of the tunnels and buildings frozen in time. But this incredible discovery has revealed a terrifying problem. The Greenland ice sheet is melting at a rate far faster than anyone predicted. The very ice that was supposed to entomb Camp Century forever is now set to release everything it holds. A massive cache of nuclear waste, thousands of gallons of toxic chemicals, and raw sewage are about to be unfrozen and unleashed directly into the Atlantic Ocean. So, what is Camp Century today? Is it just a forgotten military relic? A fascinating footnote of the Cold War? Or is it an environmental time bomb ticking down to a catastrophe? Stick with me, because the secret Greenland is hiding might be far more dangerous than the Cold War itself. To truly understand the ticking time bomb of Camp Century, you have to look at it from two completely different perspectives. It's a story of justice versus sovereignty, of national security versus colonial betrayal. Let's start with the first angle, the argument for U.S. strategic necessity. Imagine it's the late 1950s. The world is on a razor's edge. The United States and the Soviet Union are locked in a standoff, and the threat of global nuclear annihilation is very, very real. To prevent a war, the U.S. needed a credible deterrent. They needed to be able to strike back even if their homeland was hit first. This doctrine was called mutually assured destruction, or MAD. The idea was simple. If both sides knew they would be wiped out, neither would dare to launch the first strike. From this perspective, Project Iceworm wasn't just some crazy scheme. It was a genius move. Hiding hundreds of missiles under the Greenland ice sheet would make them virtually invisible and invulnerable. It was the ultimate checkmate in the Cold War chess game. Supporters of this view argue that the U.S. military never intended to create an environmental disaster. The best scientific minds of the era told them the ice will remain frozen for tens of thousands of years, safely containing the base forever. They weren't being reckless. They were operating on the best information they had. And let's not forget the scientific breakthroughs that came from Camp Century. It was here that scientists drilled the world's very first deep ice core. This single act unlocked the secrets of Earth's climate history, giving us our first real understanding of ice ages and global climate patterns. So, the argument goes, why should the US be solely on the hook for the cleanup now? Greenland, and by extension its then ruler Denmark, benefited from the security umbrella provided by the US during the Cold War. They were part of the NATO alliance. Is it fair for them to now point fingers and demand a cleanup for a problem created by a climate crisis that nobody in the 1960s could have foreseen? This viewpoint frames Camp Century as a necessary evil of a dangerous time. A relic that, while problematic, served a greater purpose in preventing World War III. But there is a much darker side to this story. Let's just flip the script and look at it from the other angle, the story of colonial betrayal. From this perspective, the United States didn't just build a base. They exploited a foreign land and its people. At the time, Greenland was a colony of Denmark. Leaked documents later revealed that the US built this nuclear missile base on Danish soil without the full, transparent consent of the Danish parliament. Key details about Project Iceworm and the nuclear weapons were deliberately hidden from their supposed allies. Greenland was essentially treated as a disposable, empty wasteland, a strategic piece of real estate with no regard for the land or its sovereignty. This wasn't a partnership. It was an occupation under the guise of an alliance. And the betrayal didn't end there. When the US military abandoned Camp Century in 1967, after realizing the ice was unstable, they didn't clean up their mess. Sure, they took the portable nuclear reactor, the most valuable piece of equipment. But what did they leave behind? An estimated 200,000 liters of diesel fuel, millions of liters of raw sewage, and most alarmingly, significant amounts of low-level radioactive coolant from the nuclear reactor. They literally just walked away, assuming the ice would be their janitor, burying their toxic legacy forever. Now, as the ice melts, that legacy is bubbling to the surface. Is it fair for the US to simply walk away from its own radioactive and chemical waste just because the climate is changing faster than they expected? Proponents of this view argue that this is a clear-cut case of environmental injustice. The world's most powerful country used a remote, colonized land for a dangerous military experiment, and now refuses to take responsibility for the consequences. This isn't a relic of the past. It's a present-day toxic threat to Greenland's environment and its people. Who should pay for that? The story doesn't end with the Cold War. In fact, the drama over Greenland and its secrets is more intense today than ever before. You might remember a few years ago when the US government made headlines by publicly offering to buy Greenland from Denmark. It seemed like a bizarre, out-of-the-blue proposal, but it wasn't. The interest in Greenland is directly connected to the very same ice melt that threatens to expose Camp Century. As the massive ice sheet recedes, it's revealing one of the largest untapped sources of mineral wealth on the planet. Greenland is estimated to hold vast reserves of 25 out of the 34 minerals that are considered critical for modern technology. We read talking about rare earth elements needed for everything from your smartphone and electric car batteries to advanced defense systems. The global race for these minerals is the new Cold War, and Greenland is ground zero. So, the American interest wasn't just about military bases. It was about securing a resource gold mine for the 21st century. The melting ice is a curse and a blessing, unleashing old toxins while revealing new treasures. But the modern mystery gets even weirder. When NASA's radar peered through the ice, it mapped the expected tunnels of Camp Century. However, it also detected other unidentified subterranean features. Now, scientists are quick to say these are likely just natural geological formations or other collapsed parts of the base. But you know who isn't buying that simple explanation? The internet. The conspiracy theory community immediately jumped on these findings. The idea of hidden under ice structures in a place as remote and mysterious as Greenland has fired up imaginations. Chatter about secret alien bases hidden beneath the ice, perhaps even in contact with the military, is everywhere. While it's deep in the realm of speculation, it adds this fascinating layer of pop culture curiosity to the story. What else could be hiding under all that ice? So, this brings us to the ultimate question, the one that lawyers and politicians are debating right now. Who is responsible for cleaning up the toxic mess at Camp Century? Is it the United States, the country that built the base and left the waste behind? Is it Denmark, the nation that had sovereignty over Greenland at the time and gave the US permission to be there in the first place, even if they didn't know the whole truth? Or is it modern-day Greenland, which now has self-governance and technically owns the land and everything on it? It's a legal and ethical nightmare with no easy answer. And that leads to an even more chilling thought. Camp Century was declassified. We know about it. But what if it wasn't the only one? Do you think there are other Camp Centuries, other secret bases buried under the ice caps, or in remote deserts that we still haven't found? Are there other toxic time bombs from the Cold War still ticking, waiting to be discovered? I really want to know what you think about this. Let's try to settle the first part of this debate right here in the comments. Who should pay for the cleanup? If you believe the responsibility falls on the United States, type US in the comments. If you think it's a relic of a bygone era and should just be left alone, type leave it. And if you have a different idea, let me know. Let's discuss this. Thanks for diving into this incredible hidden story with me. If you enjoy uncovering secrets hidden in history and science, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss Rome and Relic next discovery. See you in the next video.